So,
Oh, that's good. I should probably record two. There we go.
well,
Good. Not that it really matters right now, because this recording part doesn't go on the YouTube. Because I just decided I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we can make swears. We can say fuck it here.
Sweet.
We might not even have any actual people watching us today. I don't know. We posted this super late, so that was my fault because I slept most of the day.
Maybe we'll get somebody to pop in.
Yeah, who knows? And if not, it's not a big deal because we love all of our Patreon people, and at some point, our Patreon people are going to watch this. Because they get access to the live video anyway. So hi, Patreon people. How you doing? How you feeling?
Thanks for your support.
Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, I'm feeling a little under the weather right now, but not really. I'm just being upfront. I got a boosty today. Well, actually, I got it yesterday, and I felt pretty bad most of the day, but I'm here to talk about toys for a couple hours. I don't know how long these go.
Paragon Fuzz, thanks for joining.
Hey, Paragon Fuzz. People loved his segment on the live video. Like, I got so many messages, like PMs and stuff, saying like, "Oh, that English guy was hilarious." So I'm glad that people liked him.
Yeah, that was one of the best ones.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, he has pubs older than our country. That's how cool
that's true.
Is, you know?
He is a pub older than our country.
But yeah,
anyway,
for the Patreon members, Mike is going to start talking about how much he hates this certain Instagram page. Well, we both are.
we're talking about Blue Harvest Collector.
Yeah, maybe that's something we can.
So we're gonna start a Patreon beef.
Yeah, so this is for our Patreon members only. I have a personal beef with this guy on Instagram. His name is Blue Harvest Collector.
Yep.
And it's kind of where my anti-TVC bit started, is because in response to him.
It's a response, yeah.
Yeah, it's a response because if you go to any Yakface post, you can find a Blue Harvest about Black Series. You can find Blue Harvest Collector commenting like
without fail.
Without fail. Yeah, every single post where he's like, "Oh, Hasbro is ruining 3.75. 3.75 is the one true scale." Stuff like that, you know, just on every single post. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where I started. Like, and I replied to like a lot of his comments, and we just go back and forth all the time.
Or you just like to kind of troll him a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I like to stir it up a little. So that's kind of where that started. So hopefully my the Patreon backers can like some of my comments. I can call the cavalry in, you know, and like my comments and get the win in some of these arguments. But he argues dumb stuff. Like his comment today, he said Hasbro keeps pushing the failing line. Like, how much of an idiot can you be? They're not going to make something that loses money. They're a business. It's not that they're pushing anything. It makes money. We have the Game of Greats line, which is mostly reuse stuff. That's like straight profit for them. They already have the molds, you know, made. So they just got to print them, make a figure of it. That's like 80% straight profit. Like, they're not going to make... Yeah, like, if Black Series lost money, just like with the vehicle line, guess what? Those are losing money. We haven't seen one in a while.
They're not going to make it. Exactly.
They're not going to make it, yeah. So, that's just, rant. It's rant time, I guess, about this guy. What if he joined our Patreon? You know, I
don't know why he would. He would never do it.
Before last episode, I almost wanted to comment whenever me and him were going back and forth pretty good. I almost wanted to comment and say, you can join my Patreon and then join us live and we can chat about it. Wouldn't that be hilarious if he joined like the $11 tier and like hopped on our live show? And then
he never would.
Yeah,
he would never give us $11 to jump on a live stream to debate us.
And I wanted to be like, I'm sorry, like this kind of sounds. I wanted to be like, I know this kind of sounds douchey, but people give the show that me and Mike do, like they support us financially because they like listening to hear us talk about the figures. Trust me, they're spending money on the figures. If people are spending their hard-earned cash, like to support us for for putting time in, of our lives
Yeah.
to do this show and talk about toys. They're spending money on a lot more
On
money
the
on the actual
on the
toys.
toys, exactly.
It's like, that just seems so douchey in like a written comment out of context, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't
And just to clarify, there are two different Blue Harvest guys, and I thought there was only one, and I spent a long time, I guess more like bewildered that like I've been on this
surprised, like
guy's
shocked.
YouTube, yeah, because I thought this guy was a cool guy. I thought we were friends, and I've been on his YouTube channel before, and he's a nice English guy named Mark. But it turns out they're not the same. They're not the same guy. They just have kind of the same name. So I went
Blue
back
Harvest
and
Collector on
resubbed.
Instagram.
Yeah, not Blue Harvest on YouTube. So if you know Mark on YouTube or whatever, this is not about him whatsoever. He just unfortunately has a similar name.
Yeah, I mean, you can just go on like Yakface posts and you'll see me.
Oh,
and
for
him
sure.
respond
Yeah,
to
you
each
guys go
other.
at it. It's like
Yeah,
your daily.
quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it keeps me going.
Well, and I like it.
Rush,
I like it when you put the little screen caps in chat in our
Yeah.
text chat, so I can just kind of experience it vicariously without having to go and search for it.
Yeah. He's the reason I started commenting more under. Number one, it's for marketing, so I get followers. People see
Oh, for sure.
They're like, "Oh, Black Series," and then number two, it's like I'll just comment like another W for Black Series or something like save 6-inch just because so he sees it and gets all pissed off.
Just to piss him off.
Because more reply to my comments too, so it's like it's almost like a mutual punching like a boxing match.
expertly trolling. Trolling.
I'm doing my best there. I gotta defend the line. I'm out there in the street wearing armor for this line.
Well, it's like, I guess fuck you because you like something, like.
That's what I'm saying.
It's when people try to treat liking something and not liking something like they're equal. Like it's okay to not like something, but it's not okay to interject that you don't like something when you see someone else liking something.
Yeah.
Because it becomes exhausting to say you like something, to actually like something, if as soon as you say it, someone's going to feel the need to be like, well, I don't like that. Like, okay, who the fuck asked? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And like he always brings up like, oh, every time I go into the store, there's Black Series just warming the pegs. Number one, that's called they're stocked, so that's a good thing. Like, unless you're running into like, occasionally we'll get, there will be 6 Landos on a peg, but it's usually just one human character per case that sits there for a while, but they end up getting cleared out.
Oh well, let's talk about how the vintage collection is doing the same thing right now. Like you go on any Target or whatever, how many vintage collection Landos, how many vintage collection Bo-Katans, or is it Bo-Katan or is it Costco Reeves? Either way, how many vintage collection Migs Mayfelds do you see warming the pegs? It's the most I've ever seen vintage collection. I remember going to Walmart and seeing just like 4 or 5 pegs full of Andor Leias, So you can't act like everyone's fucking loving vintage collection and nobody likes Black Series.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And like he was like, everyone is on clearance. Like everything goes on clearance. It's like, no, for every figure that goes on clearance, there's 2 that's like double the price on eBay and very hard to find. Like, let me introduce you to the Umbra Arc Trooper. Just recently went up for pre-order again, and it's like selling for $60 on eBay.
No, it's called cherry picking.
And that's
cherry pick.
GameStop exclusive. Exactly. And GameStop exclusives are fairly easy to get. And it's still selling for $60 on secondary market.
Yep.
But
this is kind of a fun little bitch fest. This is only Patreon specific. None of this is going in the actual episode. We're using this Patreon time to vent.
Yeah. I feel like we need this, I feel like we need Luke and the Out of the Basement boys here to like in this little bitch fest.
Oh, that's another thing. Paragon Fuzz just said that his local Smiths has a nice stock of Black Series, but they never have TVC on shelves. They just stopped selling them. And that's another thing is like they stopped selling them because no one was buying them. Like people act like we are not Hasbro's target. The stores are. Like Hasbro doesn't really sell to us. Hasbro makes their money
Off
selling
Walmart,
to
Target.
stores,
Yeah.
Walmart's, Targets, all the
Fan
big bad
channels.
toy stores, dork
Yeah.
side toys. Like those people are Hasbro's customers. Like me buying one case or whatever, which they don't even sell the case. Like if I could buy a case straight from Hasbro, I would. But they don't sell
Yep.
it. Like, you know, uh
You have to buy them all individually on Pulse. You know.
exactly. So it's the stores that are Hasbro's real customer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and they have to worry about what the stores want. But they have to keep the stores happy. Sure, they want to keep us happy vicariously because ultimately we're the ones buying them from the stores. And, if they don't make things that we want to buy, the stores aren't going to sell them.
Yeah.
So when stores stop selling things, that's when Hasbro notices.
Yeah.
Because the stores stop selling it. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a fun little rant, I guess.
Yeah, I liked it. That's fun.
I kind of feel like part of that should be in the actual episode.
I think maybe every Patreon intro is just going to be like a vent section now.
What do we have to vent about today? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for the main show. If you are.
Yeah, we have a little short Patreon specific episode this time, and we can jump into the real meat and potatoes, if you will.
Potatoes. Let's do it.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. I guess we'll get started with the episode. Is it weird that we're on episode 29? I feel like it's just one more than we were last time, but
Time is flying. We
time is flying.
We have a whole year under our belt. We're coming off our birthday, our podcast birthday.
Yeah.
So if you missed last
I was looking
or last episode,
that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And come back. But yeah, that was a blast.
And I just had a bunch of Facebook memories and stuff of me posting about Visions and thinking that was our second episode.
Yep.
Was talking about Visions and all the things that we want to see, and here we are a year later, and nothing from the Black Series anyway.
Yeah, I'm dying for a Ronin figure.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
the woman that he was fighting in that episode.
Yeah, there's some Ronin statues. I saw one at Target the other day. Mm-hmm. And then they had the SH figure arts from the twins, which that's like one of my least favorite episodes. So I
think that probably was my least favorite.
I don't want to spend $80 on two figures that from an episode that I just didn't love.
Yeah, of course.
If they were 30 or right, if they were 30 or $40, I'd think about it. But $80 is just it's just a little bit much.
Yeah, Paragon Fuzz says can't wait for the second birthday bash. Me either. That was a lot of fun. We had like 5 or 6 people join us live last time, so that was a blast.
Huge blast.
Yeah, can't wait to do that again. But I am kind of excited to. I feel like me and Mike just haven't chatted with each other. Did we have a guest on before? Oh, we
had West on. Yep.
Yeah, so might be nice to jump back into a normal episode for a change. It seems like. Yeah. And then hopefully we get some other guests on.
Oh yeah, I've been talking to some people to guest star on the podcast, so we'll see how that works out.
Heck yeah, looking forward. I also want to get on Out of Basement and Lancer Luke, like in separate episodes coming up too. See if they want to.
Those guys? Do we like those guys?
Yeah, sort of.
All right.
Sort of.
All right. No, I like those guys. They're great. And then one of my favorite parts about kind of doing this is how we've kind of become a team of people. We're like a little fivesome. I guess I was gonna say foursome, but there's 5 of us. Yeah.
Yeah, that works. That term works. But yeah, it is. It's pretty cool because it's just you can just like instantly chat with other people, like without having to get on Instagram. The group chat's fun.
Yeah.
And a picture if you're in a store or some.
We definitely are enabling each other in both purchasing and how we react to people.
100% true.
Because I like to be a little salty sometimes, and
Yeah,
so Luke will be like, "Should I respond this way to this guy?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, you should."
absolutely. We encourage each other to go goblin mode sometimes.
Oh,
We
100%. I mean, it was
we
so much
encourage
fun
each other
though.
to act up.
It's so much fun.
It is fun.
It is fun.
Well,
Yeah. You want to jump into fine editions? I guess
I'm ready for some
I
fine
guess the fine
editions.
editions.
Yeah,
You like
fine
the
editions.
fine editions?
I like fine editions.
I got some fine editions, and I know you got some fine editions.
I got a pretty good amount of. This is
how
a
about-
very fine editions episode.
Yeah, it really is. How I know we have a lot of things that are the same, and we have some things that are going to be different. How about you go first, and then
Okay.
If you have something that I have as well, we'll just I'll just hop in and talk about it.
Okay, cool. So first up, I found Antok Merrick at Target for like $7 or something.
Nice.
Really excited to get him. And then a lot. I think it's gonna get cooler as it goes. For this fine.
So you're starting low. And
Yeah.
working high.
Yeah, I'm starting
Yeah.
with the clearance pickup. And then I finally got Sev. I actually got him they had that sale. I've been wanting him, and I was hoping to find him in store, but then
Yeah, for
they
sure.
had him on sale for $20.99.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Exactly. So I ordered a Sev.
That's like how prices used to be.
Yeah, so I ordered the Sev, and I pre-ordered another Umbra Arc Trooper.
Yeah,
So I'm
okay.
gonna get a second one of those.
All right.
So that's cool. I got Infinity's Darth Vader, which is
I got that
sick.
one. I got that one. So
Mike got
we'll
it.
talk about that one. Yep.
The
I
colors
love.
pop on this thing. It is so good.
I posted this, and Mark Hamill liked this tweet on Twitter when I posted it.
Jealous.
But I posted Luke's face because it's so ridiculous on the cover.
Yeah, it's not a very.
It looks like he
think we
just
roasted it
smelled like
whenever
the
they came out
worst
with this.
the worst fart in the
Mhm.
world. He's just like like what is up with that face? And Mark Hamill himself liked my tweet of that.
You should print
and-
that out and like frame it and everything.
And frame it. Like I'm like, Mark, Mr. Hamill, you've got better things to do than like my stupid tweets.
But yeah, I really like the colors on this figure. Like
Me
the
too.
teal and the little orange.
Yep.
Like really pops, and the silver eyes are like super cool.
Oh yeah, I do wish that he came with the blue lightsaber. I think that would have really sold it
Yeah,
a little bit better, but it's fine. The white Vader is great.
yeah. It is still a fine edition.
It's a very fine edition.
And then Amazon delivered Cad
Mhm.
Bane from the Bad Batch. I believe
Yeah.
you got this one
I
too.
got that one too, and I was super worried the whole time because I don't know if you've been following the discourse behind. I know you have, but
Yeah, go into
I'm
that,
talking
yeah.
to the people who are
You were
listening.
texting me about it, actually.
I was because a lot of people, a month ago or so, were ordering Wandering Jedi Kenobi, and they were getting Cad Banes instead. That were marked on the back on box. They had stickers over the UPCs that said they
And that's
were
a great switch.
Wandering Jedi Obi-Wans. Yes.
Even though you paid for
But-
something else, you got something else.
And I didn't know about that. I didn't see it until I think Nate commented on it, and he ordered one from Amazon. I also ordered one from Amazon, and both of us just got a regular Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan. So I just returned it, back to. It was like no harm, no foul for me. They just returned it. I was like, how dare Amazon send me the thing I ordered instead of the thing they shouldn't. But then the problem was a lot of people were getting the opposite problem where they were ordering, they've had this figure on order for months at this point. And they're getting Wandering Jedi Obi-Wans, and you just don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to who gets a Cad Bane and who gets an Obi-Wan.
The stickers are swapped on some of them.
Exactly.
They're sorted differently.
So like in our little group, like Nate and Justin got theirs, and I'm like, it's like a Russian roulette where I feel like just statistically, one of us is going to get the wrong figure. So Nate and Justin got the right figure. You got the right figure. So I was like, great.
And then you were up
Great.
next. Yeah, like
I was up next.
the odds weren't in your favor there.
No, they were not. But I ended up getting the right figure anyway. But I do know that there were a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there were people out there that did not get the Cad Bane. And the sucky thing for those people is he's sold out. So if you got the wrong figure, like it's not like there was one they could replace it with. You know, they could offer you a refund, and you were just SOL, which just kind of sucks. Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing about that is it's not even necessarily Amazon as a company's fault, because I've worked at Amazon before and I've put stickers on stuff. Mm-hmm. It's literally just like a couple of employees could have made a mistake, you know, putting stuff on the wrong thing.
Well, it's Amazon's fault, but it's specific employees.
Yeah, but it's
not
like
the company. Yeah,
it's somebody who makes, you know, 18 or whatever an hour,
right?
Not like a corporate head, you know, or like it was an overall.
Yeah, like, and, you know, it's not Hasbro's fault or whatever. It's like it's just one of those sucky things about the way distribution works.
Yeah, logistics
with Hasbro.
And stuff,
with logistics and stuff. Yeah.
The next fine edition for me, also from Amazon, the Dark Trooper. I got one open, one in box still. Haven't opened it yet.
Nice.
This might be one of my favorite figures already. It's so smooth. The red eyes really pop. I love the silver on all the, like, where his armbands and knees and ankles. And it's just so smooth to mess with. And he looks so cool. He's very bulky. He stands very easily. Like, I haven't had any problems with, like, his him falling over or anything. And, like, remember the issue we had with Saw where the feet would go down too far, or either like there was no in between? But this is actually, it's like smooth all the way.
Oh, that's good. So there's the ratchets on the foot are nice. That's good.
Yeah, they're very smooth, and he just looks very intimidating. I haven't done the flame effects on him yet.
Yeah. This
is kind of the only pose I've gotten him in so far.
Do you have the other one to open, or is that going to be your inbox? Like,
I'm going to open it. I'm waiting. I'm kind of waiting for like a TikTok live. That's why a lot of these are
I got that. That makes sense.
Just trying to find the time to do that.
Capitalize on that TikTok.
Exactly. So I was working from home on Thursday, and then it was kind of slow for a little bit. So I had some time I was just sitting here at the desk messing with this.
What is that TikTok for people listening that might not know?
At the Star Wars Black Series.
There you go.
Shameless plug.
No shame there. So I did not get this one. Mostly because I had this weird thing on my head that day. I had it on pre-order, and I was like, I've already got it on pre-order from like 2 other places. Screw Jeff Bezos. You know, like, he's rich enough. I'm going to stick it to the man. And I hedged my bets that BBTS would get it in sooner. And while they actually technically did, they are taking forever. They're taking forever to ship me my pile of loot. I shipped it a week and a half ago, and it still hasn't shipped. So
R.I.P.
R.I.P. So I have one coming. It will be a fun future fine edition for me, but that's what I get for trying to stick it to Jeff Bezos, I guess.
Does the one that you got on sale on Target, does that have a ship date or a release date, or is that still on like pre-order?
And I haven't had it updated. Oh no, it did. October 3rd.
October 3rd. Okay.
October 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something else we didn't put in our news. It's some of those pre-orders were.
We'll talk about that. I'll add it in real quick. I'll add it in.
Next fine edition is probably the best or second best one I have so far. Tied for the best, I'll say. And thanks to you, I know you got this one as well. The Ralph McQuarrie
Yes, I
concept.
do. Yeah, I even opened it up and made a video about it. So if you wanna go watch my video thoughts about it, I'm gonna make mine bigger so people watching can see it on camera. And again, if you're like, what's he talking about? This is a podcast. The people that are our Patreon supporters can actually watch these. So if you want to see us talk about these, that's what we're talking about. It's really hard to see that Vader because it's so dark in my room, I guess, right now. But he's gorgeous. I've got a couple pictures on my Instagram. And again, you can go watch my review it. So the way I got this was a high school buddy of mine was at D23. Was at, like, basically right after we recorded our last episode. He sent me a message with one saying like, "Hey, did you need this one?" And I was like, "Heck yes, I need that one." Because at the time, there hadn't been any information on
Yeah.
it in forever. It was announced back in May at Star Wars Celebration, and then we got nothing. It's a Shop Disney and I think / park exclusive. So they had them. They had them at D23, and I got 2. I was gonna try to get more, but I just did not have the temporary funds to swing getting more at that point. Plus, like, as much as I like Nate and Justin, I got to take care of my boy Zach first.
Hey.
It's not like they won't get one. It's not like they won't get one. I don't think it'll be once these come out on Shop Disney. I don't think they'll be hard to get.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, at least at first, and then secondary market value will go up on these eventually, but
for sure. But that Vader, I think that Vader might be my favorite Vader of all the Vaders. He's the Empire Strikes.
Yeah, that helmet is sick.
It's real good.
I love the detail on it.
I love the dark blue colors on there instead of the black. Like sure is his body inaccurate compared to the Ralph McQuarrie concept paintings? Yes, it's not perfect. But I was talking with someone about this. Like, I'm acknowledging the fact that it's not perfect, but I'm still enjoying it. And the reason why I'm not letting it bother me to a point where some other people are, is because I wanted to show Hasbro that this
we want more of this. Yeah,
I want more of this. And if you want to support something, if you want them to do more of it, you gotta show them that. By purchasing it. So hopefully, if these are popular enough, Hasbro goes, okay, we will do more from this line. And maybe hopefully in the future, they will put more budget towards, better molds or more unique molds or something like that. So that's my hope behind it. But I am acknowledging the fact that it's not 100% accurate, but I still really like it.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I put a TikTok up of that video.
Yeah.
Or I made a TikTok video of the Ralph McQuarrie concept figure, and it got like over 40,000 views.
Dang.
Yeah, so it got me a lot of followers on there. So yeah, go check that out. I'm in love with it. It's amazing. I kind of want a second one to keep in package because I love the sides of it. I want to open one, and like I just love looking at the packaging of this. Like
it's I think it's our first like multi-pack in the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Packaging like this, where I guess we had the Amazon Biker Scout, but I don't really know if that is the same thing.
Well, I mean, Grogu is a mainline figure now, so that technically is.
I guess that's true. Shut up.
He comes with a satchel that he's in, and
Yeah, he's not even a full Grogu. He's literally a Grogu head. It's a head on a satchel.
But
it's also the last one we'll get with the open box. So, fun fact.
It is true. It is true.
Anyways, what's the last one?
I did get another fine edition, which comes from our good friend Lane Speeder Luke. He asked for my address, and whenever he asked for my address, I was like, "Oh snap, this is gonna be good." He sent me some of those stands he makes, the hex stands.
I'm so jealous of this.
They're amazing. So I've decided what I'm gonna do with them. Because I have 6 of these, right? So I put them together. And it makes like 6, like that. See the camera? I'm going to get 6 Cantina band members.
Oh,
and
there
then
you go.
They're going to I'm going to put them on this. And they're going to kind of be like up on a stage.
Yeah, like a Soul Train thing going on. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be kind of on different levels. Like I'll put the drummer up high in the corner or something, So that'd be cool. So thank you, Luke. Very, very much appreciated. And it also came with these actual clips for the feet. You know how like the Hasbro triangle, like Dorito stand with that little foot hole right there. His has that same little foot like insert, and it actually goes on top. It fits on top of these, so you can make them stand like that. But what I do, the figures stand on the actual stand pretty good already. So I'm going to use these for figures that absolutely can't stand on their own that I have trouble with. And since my shelves are black, they blend in a lot better than these Dumb
Oh,
Dorito
sure.
chip
Yeah.
clear ones do.
Yeah.
And it's made, my Bays Malbus here hasn't fallen over once. The Republic Security Droid, which always falls over, that hasn't fallen over since I've done that. There's another figure I have. Maybe the Django Fett. I can't remember. But Luke,
Well,
really,
shameless
really appreciate it.
shameless plug for me is I literally just made a video about the top 10 figures I have in my collection that don't want to stand. So
Oh, awesome.
that was my most recent video. So if anyone wants to go watch
I haven't
that.
checked that one out yet.
Oh yeah, it's I clickbaited that one hard. I think I called it like the fall of the Black Series or something stupid like that.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, it's all about figures that can't, like, it's literally falling. Like I leaned into that clickbait. Yeah. And then when I posted it, someone's like, "This bro," it literally says, "Bro's the king of clickbait." I was like, I've made one clickbait video, like one, as a joke. As a clear, obvious joke, and I'm suddenly the king. Like, I'll take it. That's all it takes to be the king. I know, right?
But those are all my fine additions. Big shout out to Lance
Yeah.
Peter Luke. Go follow him. If you don't follow him, he does.
Yeah.
Even
No
if you don't,
shade.
even if you don't like have a 3D printer or have interest in getting 3D printer, like just follow him because the stuff he posts is amazing, just visually to look at.
Sure. And no shade to Lance Peter Luke, but over a year ago, he promised to send me some of those hex things, and I'm still waiting, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Got the Cantina.
I did. No, I did. And I love that. I love that so much.
Stage.
I know. Fine. Well, it's my turn for Fight Editions, and I'm actually starting with not Star Wars, just because I've brought it up on the channel before. One of our listeners found me a Transformers Cosmos.
Nice.
And I traded him a Mountain Trooper for it. So Rubbin' Rooster, if you're listening, thanks so much. Love my Cosmos. He is a chunky little UFO boy, and I love him.
So do you have a second of those first order mountain troopers? So
that was a second one I had. Okay. I bought because I saw it. It was one of those things, like, I see it in Target, I'll buy it, and I bought it with the intent of just having an extra one on the shelf, but I just never opened him. He's been sitting in my unopened Star Wars Black Series pile for like 2 years at this point. Or whenever it's like, it was 2020 when those came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while since I had those. So he asked me, he's like, "What do you have to trade?" And I was like, "Yeah, these are the figures I have to trade. Like, knock yourself out. I don't care." So he chose that one, and well worth it for me. So glad to finally have Cosmos. The next one I want to talk about is one that I forgot last week. I had this last week, and I totally forgot. I had to go back and rewatch last week's and the week before because I did not to make sure that I didn't talk about it. But I did get the Tython Jedi Ruins Boba Fett.
Sick.
Yeah. And of the 2 Boba Fetts you can get that look like this is the the Walmart exclusive. I got this from Papa Gord. This is actually my favorite of the 2 now. I think he looks better than the rearmored one.
Yeah, I love how shiny he is. Like, there's not even a lot of light in the room, and I can see light.
You can see how. Yeah. He looks so good. I love him. I mean, he's basically the exact same figure as the throne room one. He just has the beat up armor, but I like that look better. So if you're like, which one should I get? I recommend that one if you had to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I already talked about the Vader and the Obi-Wan. I talked about the Cad Bane. Super excited about that. Oh, I also got the Princess Leia comic.
Nice.
Series to go with the Vader. So I have a full set of these now. I think she looks great, and I'm going to do a video where I kind of open them up and talk about them.
I love the tan tunic on that one.
Yeah, it's Padme's tunic.
Mm-hmm. Just recolored,
colored, just recolored, but I think it looks great and it works really well.
Oh yeah,
and obviously it's like a new head and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited about her. I'm super excited to have all 4 of those, and I can't wait to get those boxes on my shelf because I think they look great. I don't know if for the people watching
as
you can see them
background
back here. they look great as background
Mhm.
decorations and stuff. And one last thing I got I decided to get one of the micro galaxy squadrons from
Oh, I'm glad you picked it
what
up.
what is this, Jazzwares, I think. Who makes these?
I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know if I mean,
Jazzwares. I'm looking at it, should
does it
say
not
on here
say like
somewhere.
easily on the? It's
Right?
not like
It just says Disney. Oh, it's
wow.
got a
They
J. I'm pretty sure it's Jazzwares. Anyways, so these are basically like the action fleets. You've seen them in stores; they're everywhere. But this
mhm.
one is a chase one, and it's one of those things. Like I wasn't really looking to collect them, but when you see a chase, you're like, "Ooh, a
Yeah, I
chase!"
didn't
Because
even know
that's
that one
not.
existed.
Yeah. So this is the Jedi Luke Skywalker's X-wing. So it's the Luke is the Luke in his Jedi outfit, the black one.
Hmm.
And that's pretty much the only difference. I think the X-wing might be painted a little bit differently, but it's the figures that come with it that are different from, like, I think the regular version is the Red 5
The Red
X-wing.
Five.
Yeah. I wish they came with a stand. I am planning on opening this. I was like, do I want to buy it to sell it or whatever? But I think I just legitimately want this, and it's kind of fun that I got one that's not like a normal one. But one of the things I was really interested in with these chases, and we've said this a lot with like HasLabs and whatnot. This is a chase one of 5,000. So there were only
That's cool.
5,000 of these made. And, every time there's a HasLab, we're like, these numbers, these are chump numbers. Like, when they say we need 9 backers, that sounds like a lot, but ultimately it's not. This chase, which, oops, yeah. This chase, which automatically makes it like a rare figure, is still numbered at 5,000, Uh,
Hmm. Yep.
so those HasLab numbers really, like, those are small numbers compared to how many figures usually get released in this. So it's a one of 5,000 figure. I think Nate got one too, but I couldn't pass it up,
Yeah, if I see
and
that
now
one,
I
I'll
have it.
probably pick it up. I was
I think if I
tempted when
see
I
any of the
saw it
Chase
in
ones,
store, but I haven't seen that one yet.
I think the other Chase one I really want is the TIE Fighter, but it's Moff Gideon's Outland TIE Fighter, so the wings kind of
Ooh,
close up.
yeah.
So I think that's rad, and if I could find that one, I definitely want that one. But like the Slave One or the Millennium Falcon, like they all look
They
cool,
have a
but
Razor
I don't
Crest
know. I
too,
don't
right?
want to. The Razor Crest looks great, yeah. I just don't know if I care enough to buy a lot of them, but I don't mind having one or two, and especially if they're kind of rare, I'll buy it.
Yeah. How much are they each? That's like $25,
It
right?
depends on the size. This one was 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, see,
so
I
it
don't
depends
think
on
I
the
would
size.
want like 4 of them. I'd probably get like one, maybe 2 if I get a nice
Yeah,
desk piece,
yeah.
but I don't think I want like a whole fleet, of Star Wars shit.
Exactly. And then they
But
have
they
the
are
little
very
micro
cool.
ones
So
that are like blind bags, and the problem with those is like you don't know what you're buying.
I don't
They're
know.
like six
I would
bucks a
hate to do
piece or
that. Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
that's a little high for
exact.
a
Well,
blind
that's
bag, a mystery box.
unfortunately that's the normal price for a mystery box. One of the nice things, there was a place down the road from me. There was a comic shop called Toy Wars, and they had a policy where if you got a blind box and you opened it up in store, and it was something you didn't have, you could trade it into them for one of the same things they already had on display, and you could just trade it. So
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
yes, like if you got an extra duplicate that you didn't want, they have something that you do want, then they would just trade you the one that you did want.
Hmm.
So that was a fun little
That is
policy
cool.
they had.
A good little
Yeah,
policy.
yeah.
Is that your fine additions?
That's it. I think I exhausted financial.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fine additions segment. We got a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, we kept getting so many things. It was great for a little
I know
while.
they
Like,
just
oh, this
like
is what it feels like.
we were eating
This is what
dinner
it feels like
today,
to get
and
toys.
my wife
Yeah.
said every time because what I do, I'll get a figure in the mail and I'll like set the box on our dining table, and I'll open it there, and then I'll just like kind of leave the box on the like the other end of the dining table or whatever. And she said while we are eating dinner today, she said every time I throw a box away of yours, like 2 more spawn the next day. Like it's just a constant cycle of getting packages in, and I love it. It's amazing. That's why I don't seem to. I think Yakface made a post about this quite a while ago, where like the constant cycle of pre-orders we have. But I
Yep.
feel like I'm receiving stuff at a constant enough rate to where I don't really care to have stuff on pre-order for a while because I know it's coming eventually, and I still have stuff that I know is going to ship within the next week, 2 weeks,
Yeah, I do think that
month.
there is a limit on it. Like some of these Target ones that have been on pre-order for like a
It's a
year,
year,
that's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
Yeah, I think a normal amount of time is a couple months, like 2 or 3 months is a
yeah.
decent amount of time to have something on pre-order for. But yeah, I'm kind of the same. But we did go through a little bit of
A lull, a little
like
bit
a
ago.
desert, a lull. Yeah.
Hmm.
But now it seems like the floodgates have opened up and things are starting to kind
Yeah,
of
they gave
come
everybody
through
a
and
month
flow
to
and hit.
get some
Yeah.
savings,
Yeah.
to get your spend account all, jacked up.
Exactly.
But I did want to talk about Patreon real quick before we jump into some news. So you know what the worst thing is whenever you go to listen to a podcast, and I listen to quite a bit of podcasts while I'm working. The worst
I,
thing is, do you listen to any other podcasts?
no, I only listen to our podcast.
Okay,
No, that's
yeah,
not true.
perfect,
That's not
perfect.
true.
The worst thing about podcasts is whenever the first entire minute is like ads, and you have to like click through. You got to hit your fast forward 15 seconds a couple times, and then you got to go. And then they have ads at like the 15-minute mark, and then like the
Yep.
45-minute mark, and like the hour. And
Yep.
we don't do any ads. We've gotten
Nope.
emails, offers for ads. We're declining them
Yep.
all. We get
Yep.
support through Patreon members, so we would really appreciate it if you want to support the podcast for just $2
Yep.
a month, $5 a month, whatever you wanted to give. We'd really appreciate it. At $5 a month, you get to watch the video of our show. You get to see our fine editions. You get to see how we react to each other. And then for $11.38 a month, which is a Star Wars plug, if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll know what that means. $11.38. You get to watch us live, which we have Patreon members in the chat every week now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. We got one new one back in a couple weeks ago. That was nice. But we haven't gotten any new ones, which is fine. You don't have to support us. If you don't feel like you want to, absolutely fine. You can listen to our audio versions for free. They're free. And if that's how you just want to listen to it, don't even worry about it. But like Zach said, we don't want to do ads because I do listen. I listen to Office Ladies, and I feel like every 10 minutes there's some kind of plug for better health or some kind of mobile game or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, this one again, great. Whereas, yeah, we don't want to do that. So, but we are advertising our Patreon, I guess. So it is what it is. You got to advertise something.
Well, we got to talk. We got to plug it. We have to plug it.
Yeah. But we don't can stop plugging it too.
Yeah, we don't want it to be interrupted by like Nutra Health or something.
No, none of that.
None of that. You're still hearing from me and Mike.
Exactly.
We're a small business here.
Yeah, and we just want to talk toys, and we're definitely not on Hasbro's payroll. That's for sure. Neither of us get any. We don't even get those cool free like swag boxes they send.
I know, right?
The cooler, bigger people. We get nothing. We're just doing this because we like toys. We like the toys. That's it.
But if Hasbro did want to put us on their payroll, I'm not.
Oh, I wouldn't say no.
I would 100% sign up. 100%. So Hasbro,
I wouldn't even question it.
Put me in your pocket.
I would throw all of my. Yeah.
I show for free. I would definitely do it if I'm getting paid.
Well, we got some things to quickly cover before we get into some big news that are only tangentially related to Black Series. Yeah. The first one is there is a new HasLab, which started right after we did our last video. Well, it started a week ago, I guess. But that is the Ghost Rider. It was Engines of Vengeance HasLab, which is basically Robbie Reyes and his car. It is expensive. It's $350. It needs 9,000 backers. And I'm not supporting it, but I'm not against it either. And I really hope the people that want it are backing it right now. As of the recording, I'm going to refresh it so I get an accurate number here.
65.
As of the recording, We are at 5,926 out of 9,000. The problem here is that in just 2 hours, 2 hours and 18 minutes or so, the early bird special will expire, which means that Robbie Reyes, the non Ghost Rider version of Robbie Reyes, will no longer be a thing they'll be making for it, because that was only
Early
eligible
bird.
if it backed within a week. And today is that week mark, at midnight tonight Eastern, which, like I said, as of recording, it's about 2 hours from now or so. So it does not look like it's going to make the early bird. And a lot of people are assuming that if it doesn't make the early bird, it's probably going to fail and a lot of people are going to back out. I don't know if that's true. I hope it makes it for the people that do
I
want
want
it.
people who want it to get it. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm one of those people. And what I actually did do is I did throw in a backing for it, just to get a number on the board for people. But I have every intention of canceling it because, like I said, it's not something I super want. I've got things I'd rather spend $350 on, but I wanted to get another number on the board for people, who do want it. And if I figured, if I put a number on there and it helped, cool. If I put a number on there and it didn't help, then no harm, no foul for me, because it doesn't cost anything until the campaign ends, But it does look good. Like all the lights, the little flame effects and stuff. The whole thing is painted. Like it's not just plastic. Like it's painted. It looks really good.
Is really cool.
It's got a working like seat shifters and like stick shift and stuff. Like there's a little LED on the back of the seat, so it illuminates the Ghost Rider head, which I think is really cool. So I think it's a cool campaign. And
Set.
And if you love Ghost Rider, or you're just an avid a Marvel Legends collector, I think it's cool, but it is a little expensive. Like it's more expensive than the HasLab tank, And I don't really know why. It does seem smaller. So to me, it seems like it would be less expensive than the HasLab tank. But I do know, like with G.I. Joe, they don't have to pay any licensing fees because they own G.I. Joe. Whereas Marvel Legends, I think it might be a licensed charger as well. So I think those might have.
I'm pretty sure the car is official. I think I heard that.
So I think the car's official, and obviously being Marvel Legends, I think the licensing fee is gonna affect the price. But again, I'm not on the inside there. I don't know. They don't tell us anything. I'm just looking at this and just kind of think of reasons that could cause it. But it is mostly it's way over halfway to being funded, so it's most likely going to get funded. They've already released or revealed one tier, which is Mephisto. For the people, if you wanted a Marvel Legends Mephisto, this is a way to get that. They said that all the tiers are going to be figures, so there's no cardboard, there's no bones for the people that love
that
picking those up.
Before,
It's all figures. So I guess if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, cool. But I think for me, if you don't like it and you see someone else who does like it, just let them like it. Like just because they like something you don't have to get angry at that. Just let them like it.
Yeah, it's good that there's not like a really widespread online campaign against it, so that's a good thing. So hopefully it backs.
Yeah.
There's not like people campaigning for people to cancel it, like asking people to cancel it, which is a good thing for it. So I hope it backs. My first impression when I saw it was it looks expensive for what it is, but then whenever I paid attention to like all the little intricacies that you just mentioned, and like the tires and the way you can put the flame effects on the tires and change those out and all that, I was like, if I was a big Ghost Rider fan, it'd probably be worth it. So
100%.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. Now, are there different Ghost Rider stuff that I would have done? Like, there's a Ghost Rider that's like a centaur guy with miniguns. Like, there's a caveman that rides a flaming woolly mammoth. If they did stuff like that, I might have backed it. But just the car, like Robbie Reyes.
Cage.
Yeah, well, I've already got a regular motor. I've got the motorcycle. Ghost Rider that they released back in like 2018. Like I have that. Like this is neat. And if I had space for it, and if I were an avid Marvel Legends collector or a big Ghost Rider fan, I don't think I would have any problems backing this, because like where else you gonna get it? Like what?
Yeah, if you don't get it here, then
Yeah, like there's no other options. SH
Yeah.
Figure Arts isn't gonna do anything like this. Mafex isn't gonna do anything like this.
Yeah, and so if you're looking at it like, dang, I would definitely do this if it were $300, and if like you really loved it and you really wanted, like is that extra $50 really gonna stop you?
Yeah, what's the $50? Like
why is that $50 your
it's only gonna get more expensive. But like I said,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, fine. It's fine. Yeah. Don't like it. No one. I don't care if you like it or don't like it. I'm not getting it either. But I genuinely hope that the people that do like it get it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
moving on to
no, let's move on. No, let's move on to the next thing. Go ahead.
So I was actually excited for the starting lineup figures to come back, because I'm a big sports fan. I'm actually wearing a Green Bay Packers hoodie right now.
Yeah.
So I was excited for the starting lineup. Initial reaction to the price, I was like, ooh, $50.
$50 is a lot. It's a lot.
I was thinking more like 35. 40 max per figure, but $50 figure is a little high. But
yeah,
guess what?
It's $400 if you want to get the whole first wave.
That's
basically
insane. But you do get an NFT. Isn't that super cool?
That's so cool. Here's the thing. I was actually going to buy one. I was trying to decide, because I wanted to experience, the quality. Like, I want to know what it felt like. And they look great. I don't care about sports at all. But the detail on the uniforms, there's a full Nike license. Obviously, there's an NBA and a player license.
Yep. NBA,
so we're working with, So there's a lot of detail that went into this. They all come with, there's like, the hands they come with, plus two other sets of hands.
And they're a hand with a ball.
With a ball, yeah.
Separately from all those other hands, yeah.
Exactly. So there's and the detail and the articulation, even like the detail on Nike shoes. Like the shoes look amazing. Well, I was blown away by the quality. Shoes. That's so stupid. It's so true. As soon as I saw that it came with an NFT, though, I was like, nope. I'm not supporting anything with NFTs whatsoever. It's just not something I'm gonna be part of.
Yeah, I don't understand why they were like, all right, let's throw NFTs in here with it. Like, it just seems like such an odd thing to do. Like, I want an action figure. I don't want to have to deal with what I guess. So do I got to sign up for some account online to claim this NFT? Can I sell this NFT and use it as kind of like a rebate and get money back, or is it just going to be something that's a collection that has no value?
Well, that's the thing about NFTs, is they inherently don't have any value unless other people think they do. Like, they don't have any inherent value at all, unless some other NFT nerds like, oh, I want to buy that. I want to buy this stupid picture of a monkey or whatever. Like, I hate NFTs so much. And the thing is, like so for instance, there's a line of Transformers that come, like, part of what you're buying is like a cardboard backdrop, and I do not care about the cardboard backdrop whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I recycle them. I don't collect them. I recycle them, but they're part of the experience. They're part of what you're paying for. That's the same with NFTs, but so you can't ignore it. It's not like you can just be like, oh, I got an NFT or whatever. Like, you're paying for the NFT as part of it. So it is raising the price of what the figure would be. And I know they are, because the first time they did anything with NFTs was the Power Rangers Megazord. They released a regular one, and then they released, I don't know why you're still small. Hold on. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Wow.
I didn't even notice either.
Thanks, Mike.
But I know. But like there was a black version of the Megazord, and that also included an NFT with it, and it was $40 more than just the regular Megazord. Oh my god. So you're basically paying $40 to get an NFT. Yeah, exactly. So you can't tell me that NFTs aren't raising the cost of these. Like, who is this for? No kid cares about NFTs. Like, these aren't for kids. Kids aren't gonna be like, oh, Oh, I got it's not Kobe Bryant. He's not part of it. Who? LeBron James NFT. Like they do come with the baseball or the basketball card, which I think is neat, I guess. But like, I also don't care about that. But
Yeah.
I would be. I'm more okay with that than I am the NFT. That really
A
kills
card
it
is
for me.
fine. Like a card is
Yeah.
neat, but the NFT
Yeah.
thing is at least with the NFT, like there's like a basic one, and then there's like a one in there's like a rarity level. So maybe you
Sure.
can sell it if you get like one of the middle of the pack ones and get some money back. But then you got to go through the hassle of signing up for some
Exactly.
website, claiming it.
I bet you have to
They'll
be over
even
8. You have to be over 18 to do it too, huh?
yeah, most likely,
Yeah.
most likely. So. It's just weird. I was gonna get like Steph, LeBron, and Giannis, and that's like just for starters. And I was thinking about gonna get like some of the other ones, like John Morant, because he went to a school like a college near here.
Mm-hmm.
And I like John Morant. But now with the price, I'm just gonna get LeBron for now because I'm a LeBron fan. So
I
I'm
still have
gonna
a
get
bad taste in my
LeBron.
mouth from Space Jam 2. So
It wasn't great, but it was fun. I like seeing the Game of Thrones characters in there. I really like that. But the price just a little high for me for a line that I don't.
It's
Plan
prohibitive, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But
so
I do think they look great. And Hasbro, if you're listening, if you're not planning like a Nike shoe pack for these guys
they
to have
need
different
to, yeah.
shoes, like just to buy different shoes for your figures, you're leaving money on the table.
yeah,
And if you ever release versions of these figures without the NFTs, I will get them. But like, even if for some reason they were like, "Hey, Black Series figures are going to start coming with NFTs," I would stop. Anything that comes with an NFT, I'm not going to do it. I just refuse to support it. So I hope that doesn't happen, because if they did start including NFTs with like Black Series figures, that would suck. I'd just be done. Yeah.
And the quality of the starting lineup figures looks super awesome.
They
and
look
you
great.
you said in the text chat, if Black Series jumps to a little higher of a quality of a figure and jump to $50, I'd still be in.
If they had the same level of detail and quality that these do, because it's not just all the accessories, because they come with the hands and the ball and the card. They also all come with a flight stand as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just extra hands and stuff, but it's the flight stand and the quality on top of that. They all have fantastic articulation. If they started putting that level of detail and care into Black Series figures and raise the price to like the normal retail price was like $30 or $40, I honestly I would still do it if the quality was on that same level. I think a lot of people are angry at the price hikes because they see the price going up, but they're expecting to get more out of it. But Hasbro isn't arbitrarily raising the prices to, they're not doing it because they're supplying more. They're doing it because the cost of production is going up, the cost of shipping is going up. So they're raising the prices to sort of, match that, because they got to make their money. They're a company. They want to get that moolah, which it sucks for us because we're the ones that have to pocket, to shell out that extra money. And that does suck. And we're not getting anything extra that we wouldn't have. But if Hasbro was like, okay, we're going to raise the prices a little bit more, but we're also going to start including a bunch of extra stuff, extra hands. We're going to up how we do all the articulation and things. Like I would be in on it 100%.
Yeah, and they're also making a basketball goal set.
Yes, they are. Yep.
That has the goal with like a stand, like a floor and a stand.
Yep.
So
I might buy that just to have a basketball set for like my other figures. Because I was thinking, how fun would it be to have like a LeBron James with like holding a lightsaber or something like that. Like
sick.
You could. I was thinking about all the different ways you could have those figures interact with your other figures for like toy photography, or whatever.
Put like LeBron's head or like Steph Curry's head on a stormtrooper body or
exactly,
something like
or having Darth Vader, slam dunking or something like that. There's just a lot of fun things that you can do with a new line like this. That unfortunately, again, with those NFTs, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, but other 6-inch news.
Yep.
Indiana Jones 6-inch line. Are you in on these?
I think I have to be. I don't know if I'm going to be all the way in. It really depends on what the reveals look like. And we know it's coming, not just from the Yakface posts and stuff, but, Hasbro announced a Jones panel. So these are coming. Definitely at least obviously on an indie. You gotta have an indie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I might do if they do a Sala. Like I want a John Rhys Davies figure. So I think I'm gonna pick and choose. I don't think I'm gonna get anything. Like if they do a Mutt figure from friggin' Crystal Skull, I'm not gonna get that. I might do a short round if they do a short round. It's really gonna be one of those things that is kind of pick and choose.
Selective.
But it really depends on what they come with and what they look like.
Yeah, I'll probably just get Indy because he's just so iconic, and I'll stick him on the shelf with.
What if they got a couple different indies? What if you have like shirt off or jacket off indie, jacket on indie, like are you gonna get a Raiders of the Lost Ark indie? Are you gonna get a Last Crusade indie? Like
all of those movies kind of run. I haven't seen them in a while. All those movies kind of run together for me. But whichever one, so I'll probably go back and watch them here soon. But whichever one is the one where this guy is like doing all these sword tricks, and then he just pulls out a gun and shoots him.
That's the first one. That's last.
That's like one of my favorite scenes in any movie of all time. It's just absolutely hilarious. I want that Indiana Jones on the show.
Harrison ad-libbed that because he had a stomach virus.
Are you
so
serious?
they were they were gonna have a full on fight, and he had a stomach virus, so he just ad-libbed it, and they went with it.
That's like the most Harrison Ford thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, 100% is. Yeah.
How about I pull a gun out and shoot him? And it's like genius,
Yeah. What I envy about these newer lines, like with starting lineup in Indiana Jones, is they don't have to go through the. Well, there's that, yes. But they also don't have to go through the growing pains that like Marvel Legends or Star Wars
Black Series even went through, yeah.
Because
everything's photoreal.
Yeah, up until like 2018. When the photoreal stuff started coming out, and even after that, when they started redoing kind of how they sculpts and things like that, they've sort of revised how they do these, and they learned how to do that throughout the years. And now all these new lines are coming out and taking advantage of all of the things, like Marvel Legends and Black Series had to walk so that starting lineup in Indiana Jones could run, kind of thing. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm a little bit jealous, and I kind of wish like they would just shut the line down, just like erase everything and just kind of start over,
reboot
from scratch.
You want a Black Series
just a reboot the whole line. No, I don't want that. I really don't want that.
That would actually be bad because we just get like people. I was talking to somebody in my comments or on TikTok or I can't remember where it was, but. They were like, Black Series needs to end. Like they need to give the license to a different company. And I said, why? Saw that. So we can get like Luke again and Han Solo again and Darth Vader and Leia and.
You don't want to get the same characters again. You already bought those characters. Yeah.
In how many years are you gonna get Figure and Dan from whatever line takes over? How many years is it gonna take if you get an Umbra ARC Trooper or a Rex, or or Baze
and
Malbus.
On top of that,
how many years is it going to take for them to make Baze Malbus?
On top of that, Lucasfilm is still going to be releasing new Star Wars stuff. So whoever has the license then is going to want to make stuff for whatever's current because those are going to sell more than the things like I don't care how much you love the prequels or whatever. Current stuff is going to sell better than things that came out 20 years ago. That's just how it is because it's contemporary. It's in people's minds. Like Andor stuff, Mandalorian stuff, all that stuff is going to sell better than any of the older stuff.
Yeah, outside of like super main
characters
like Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, Jar Jar came out and he went on pretty big clearance,
Huge clearance, yeah.
Things like that. So the newer stuff is going to sell better than the...
Always.
Sort of the secondary thought prequel stuff, Hey, but once that new sculpt Anakin comes out eventually, in the future. If they
One day.
release the Anakin again, I'm gonna like this mold we have. I'm gonna cry on stream, like live on podcast. I'm gonna cry. It needs to be a new mold. Ooh, I just get excited every time I think about it. But I think we do got to move on. We're an hour in and we haven't even hit news yet. This is crazy. I didn't realize it was such a big episode we had.
Well, let's go. So I guess we kind of alluded to the first bit of news that I added in. October 3rd is targeted release date for a lot of the pre-orders that have been on pre-order for a long time. So the droids Boba Fett. And a lot of these are actually showing up on shelves now. On my way home, I had to drop my wife off at the airport, and there's like 3 Targets on the way home. And I stopped at all 3 Targets I could to see if they had any droids Boba Fett's. The Maldo Kreese Boba Fett, or not Boba Fett, Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yep.
Those are both scheduled to ship if you have them on pre-order on Target's website on October 3rd, but they are also showing up in stores now. And another one that I
looked in New Jersey.
There you go. Another one that I got updated on mine was I have the Dark Trooper on pre-order from there because they had it on sale back when they put everything on sale. And I was like, heck yeah, I want to. It's like $17 for a Dark Trooper. Like, heck yes, I want a $17 Dark Trooper.
Insane deal.
Yeah. So look forward to that. October 3rd coming up in just like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think the I can't remember if it was Maldo Kreese. Yeah, my Mandalorian Maldo Kreese says October 7th, and then I think some other stuff got updated. It was the Boba Fett, the droids one.
Mm-hmm.
It says October 7th as well. So I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm excited. Coming up.
Interesting that mine says the 3rd, but I wonder why.
Weird. I guess you might get it a little early, a little before me. Not like it's a race or anything, you know.
It definitely kind of is, though.
Yeah, it's like you find editions, it's going to turn into like a competition.
Oh, is that 100% a competition? Yeah, it's the last time.
Damn,
that's the last
time I get in the mail.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
That's the last time I get you a cool 2-pack that no one else has. Then I could have had all of the fun attention for having this cool 2-pack that no one else had. But no, I had to share with Zach.
You know, just for that, in the future, whenever I send you something, I'm going to wait until like the day after I do the fine edition of said item. And then so that way I have to do it first. So that way it's not together.
You better friggin'
I'm just going to make you wait for it. But moving on, today, Target pre-orders went up for the Andor figures.
Imperial at like 6 in the morning my time.
Yeah, that's insanely early for you.
Yeah. I happened to be awake, which was crazy.
Oh, because you were feeling ill?
Yeah, because I woke up feeling pretty achy and sore, and I was super thirsty. And I'm like, I sat back down on bed after getting water, and I look at my phone to see what time it was and if I missed anything over the night. And I saw like 40 text messages from you and Justin and Nate and Luke, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I miss? What did I miss?
But yeah, so Imperial Officer, I know you're in on both of these as a completion.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Shore Trooper is a new paint. I actually decided I was going to get the Stormtrooper on pre-order, but I decided I'm going to pre-order 2 Imperial Officers.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to wait on the Shore Trooper a little bit. But I did I went with 2 Imperial Officers because I at least want 2 of those. They look super, super cool.
Yeah. For me, even if the Shore Troopers were the exact same, like I'm not going to turn down getting another Shore Trooper. I really like that look. In fact, one of my upcoming videos is top 10 troopers. And a Shore Trooper may or may not be somewhere on that list.
Nice. Looking forward to that. So subscribe to Mike Case YouTube for all that goodness. Halloween figures. Yakface said they should be, I think they are getting put on the website. Yep. And then pre-orders should be going soon. I think Walmart and Target both have.
Yes. So Walmart is the Wookiee, Target is the Clone Trooper.
Yeah,
And
I'm in on both of those
I'm
personally.
100% in on both those.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think if Hasbro was losing money on this line, they would do something crazy like a Halloween figure? Or do you think it's that they're making so much money that they have the extra resources to put towards some wacky stuff like this?
Oh no, it definitely shows that they're really reaching. They're really trying to wring everything they can out of
Hmm.
repaints. Yeah, they're really not trying to be experimental. They're just really like, oh my god, how else can we use a Wookiee that will still, have to be kind of retooled with a new head and stuff, and have a fun presentation and a ghost Jabba painted on, a box or I think that they're doing fine. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but stuff like this, I friggin' love it so much. I have been getting all the Ninja
100%.
Turtle, Universal
Zombie
Monsters.
thing? Is it?
Yeah.
They look
Um,
super sick.
yeah, I just got the Michelangelo as the mummy. I've got the Raph as Frankenstein's monster. I got the Leo as the Hunchback, and it's kind of the same thing, like this. They're turtles, but I'm getting them because of that. It's a fun vibe they give off, and
Hmm.
that's the same
Yeah.
thing. It's the exact same thing that these figures have, where it's like, yes, like they're not going to go with my normal figures. They don't have any spot on like my Empire shelf or my New Hope shelf or whatever. But they are fun. These are just fun figures that if you don't like them, you just don't buy them. And like, you're not missing out on anything. It's great.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check because I guess there's some, Instagram pages out there that think the Black Series is losing money, and
Are you
they're pushing a failing line. It's like, well, they
are
clearly wouldn't,
you still
make
talking
all this
about Blue
crazy
Harvest
stuff.
Collector?
Well, I wasn't gonna name names, but here
No,
we
I'll name
go.
him. No, I'll name him. I'll
My
name him.
my rival, he's my rival. We like to go at it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy
No, the only
the
reason I'm
banter.
naming him, the only reason I'm naming him is because I want to issue a public apology to Blue Harvest. Hold on, let me get the official YouTube channel, and he also has an Instagram, Blue Harvest Vintage Toys. Mark, he's a great guy. I've been on his channel before. They
This
live
is so
stream a
funny.
lot. It's embarrassing, is what it is. But this Blue Harvest collector guy on Instagram, for some reason, I thought they were the same person. And this whole time, I'm like, how can Mark go from being the super cool guy on YouTube where like we talk about fun stuff and be jokey or whatever with each other to him just being like an absolute dick on Instagram? Like what happened there? I was like, how could he have this heel turn of being so crazy? And I literally just discovered that they're not the same person. So
Yeah,
Mark, if you're listening to this, I am super sorry. I never actually said anything to you, but I did like unsub from your YouTube channel and stuff. This was 100% my fault. I should have been smarter, I guess. I don't know.
brilliant.
We're cool, Mark. I'm so sorry. Go sub to Blue Harvest Toys. Blue Harvest Toys is what it is. Go sub to him. Great guy from the UK. He also has an Instagram, Blue Harvest Toys, on Instagram. So go follow him, like him, whatever. The Blue Harvest Collector guy, eat a dick.
Oh snap! Yeah, but I'm sure anybody who goes in Yakface's comments, they'll see kind of me and him going back and forth sometimes. Um, we're we're like trying to think of like like in Pokemon. There's like that are like all like rivals for eternity, like Groudon and I can't think of Pokemon names right now. The water one, Kyogre and is that right or wrong?
I don't know, honestly.
You're not a
Like,
Pokemon person?
well, once you get past the first like 150 or maybe even whatever gold and silver was, that's basically the
Okay,
extent of my Pokemon knowledge.
I got you. It's from like Ruby and Sapphire, like the
Yeah, I know he's like
Groudon
the
is
big blue
the
whale guy or whatever, and then like the
And then
the red giraffe looking
drag,
yeah.
yeah.
They don't even look like anything. Like that's the problem. Like what Lugia and Ho-Oh at least were birds or whatever. But like the ones from Sapphire and Ruby, they didn't look like anything. You know?
Yeah.
They're just like, what is this? Like
Rayquaza is like one of my favorite Pokemon though, the big dragon.
The big dragon guy? Sure. I know who he is, yeah. But
he's sick.
I always go classic, Dragonite or Gyarados.
Mewtwo.
Sure. I always had that one friend that's like, oh, my dad works for Nintendo and I have a Mewtwo or, whatever, or a Mew.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Anyway, so let's talk about more news. Yeah. So I was on not last Sunday, but the Sunday before. Again, it was like right after we had our birthday bash. I was on the Out of the Box stream, and as this is a flex because it's one of those things like Justin invited basically everyone, and you were busy doing whatever. I don't even know.
I'm so mad I couldn't make it to that.
Yeah. But in the stream, like I jumped on and we're joking around, and in the stream, Jason Yakface is in there, and he's like, I'll hop on. So suddenly we're graced with like a Black Series celebrity, like an actual Black Series celebrity. The Yakface was in the stream with us, and he just started dropping bombs on the stream.
It was insane to watch, like just listen back to.
The first thing I think that blew my mind was that the carbonized line is dead, and it's gonna get he said it's gonna get replaced with something else. He didn't say what then, but basically, yeah.
And then he hinted that it'll be something that's more in universe.
Appropriate. Yeah, it's more in universe. Right? Yeah.
And then he teased on his page like a Mandalorian hologram.
Yes.
So we're thinking like a hologram series.
That's what it seems to be. Like they're going to stop doing the carbonized line, which I think we're all, as collectors, we're all okay with the carbonized line going away.
It's done its job, and its purpose is over now. Like
it was a fun experiment. There's some that I would have liked to get, like Phasma or C-3PO.
Oh yeah,
figures that would have made sense to be shiny.
Yeah.
But even
they clearly weren't going to go that route.
Yeah.
After a while, so it's like, all right, if we're not going to do those, then just end it.
It was a fun thing when they first came out, and then like, why is it still coming out?
Yeah.
Anyways, so he teased that we might get a hologram line, like a line of basically translucent versions of the figures, and as a collector / like toy photographer, I am in on this. Like, this is an actual reason to buy the same figure but translucent. Mm-hmm. They did this back in the 3 3/4 inch days where you had Darth Sidious and then Darth Sidious hologram. That's the same figure, but this one is just kind of a blue hue and see-through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that it'll be awesome. Like, if that's the case, if it's real, I am in.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be pretty cool as long as they stick with characters who maybe actually appear in holograms in the shows and movies we watch, like Mandalorian. I'm not going to limit myself to that. Like, I think it's extra cool if that's the case. But like any character can be in a hologram. Like I can create any scenario in my head where a character would be in a hologram. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how it plays out. I'll probably be selective with them, but I'll definitely get, if there's a Mandalorian one, that's for sure. Darth Vader one, that's for sure. Palpatine hologram, maybe. Because he was literally a hologram in Kenobi show, like, for sure.
Absolutely. It's H-Town Ray joining us. How's it going,
Hey,
buddy?
You've missed everything. We're actually ending the show right now.
Yeah? No, God, no. We've
got
only so much stuff to talk. Yeah, we're like halfway. We haven't even talked about Andor yet.
Don't leave.
Yeah,
don't leave.
Unless you haven't seen Andor yet, because we are going to talk spoilers. But right now, we are talking the out of the basement stream that I was on with Yakface and some bombs that got dropped. Anyways, so you're going to pick and choose what characters you want.
Yeah, I'll probably pick and choose, but I mean,
from the rumored hologram. So again, this has not been officially announced yet. I don't even know if this is going to be the thing, like something that we would see at Pulsecon, which again, by the way, we're going to get Pulsecon before our next episode. So our next episode is going to have a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Ton of stuff
big
to talk about. Yeah, big episode.
Maybe we can bring Patreon members on to talk about it.
We could, but maybe not. I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe we'll get someone else to join. Who knows? We got options. So we'll see.
We got a lot of.
We'll talk off air about that. Something else that he talked about was someone asked, what's the next Scar Squadron figure coming out, and he said the guy with the blue visor, and that is Mike. So I went through and looked up all the people on Scar Squadron after that. I was like, I want to know which one he's talking about. Mm-hmm. So Mike seems to be the slicer, I think it was.
I have no idea. I just know
tech
one person. With the blue.
Yeah, there's a sniper. Obviously, there's like a big brute guy. There's a hand-to-hand fighter guy with like knives on his chest.
It's literally the Bad Batch, except in the comics, and it's like a batch of stormtroopers.
Yeah. It's Bad Batch, but stormtroopers. So this seems to be the tech analog, where he's sort of, or maybe closer to Echo, maybe because he's more of a slicer. He's not like build stuff. Yeah, he's like a computer hacker.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
That's kind of the problem is Tech and Echo seem to have a lot of crossover because Echo has his like little, scomply hand thing, but Tech's also just the super smart nerd guy. So I don't know which one's supposed to be Donatello and which one's not supposed to be Donatello.
and also they never even really gave Echo anything to do in the show. So they probably
that's true.
They probably should have just killed him, but we got a really super awesome figure out of it, so I'll take it.
Sure.
He just kind of stands there in every scene in the back. Doesn't do shit, but
so just like Sergeant Creel, this is going to be part of the comic
box
line, the comic box line. So just like that. Just like the Darth Vader we got and like the Princess Leia one I just got. So that's going to be, he said he knew the other three in that line. And this might be something we see announced at Pulsecon. Yeah. He also said that I asked about the Star Killer, like what are we talking here? Like, what there's a bunch of different looks, a bunch of different questions. Is it going to be, is it going to be gaming greats? Is it going to be reuse, or is it going to be a whole new figure? And he's like, no, it's going to to be a whole new figure. And it's probably going to be
this is like big news. This is
huge news. We also talked about Mara Jade. Oh, Mara Jade was the other one. Mara Jade was going to be in the comic line as well. That was another thing with the Emperor's hand he teased. So we're getting Mike and Mara Jade in the comic line.
And he said which outfit.
Yeah, it's the one with goggles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling she's going to be based on the Jaina Solo body / Dr. Aphra body. It's a great body. It's honestly one of the best bodies in the Black Series line. It's got a lot of articulation. It's got the extra ab crunch, all kinds of great stuff. So a lot of great things there. But yeah, Star Killer is coming out. And he said it's going to be a brand new figure,
brand new mold, potentially a con exclusive to something. Yep. I don't know what's even coming up after PulseCon.
Yep.
Is there anything even coming up after PulseCon?
I don't think so. I think PulseCon is going to be the last big reveal.
Yeah, maybe next year. Maybe
it could be a thing for next year.
Or something.
It could be a thing for next year or something. Yeah, I don't know. I think we've got the convention exclusives announced for PulseCon already.
Yeah.
We've got the Andor B2 emo pack, and then that vintage collection pack, which we'll talk about. We'll talk about during the Andor series. But that's pretty much it for the big bombs that Jason dropped. But it was really cool. Just if you want to go see it, it's on.
You should definitely check it out.
You should go watch it. It's kind of a long. It's a long thing, but Jason pops in about halfway through. So if you just want to just skip around to about then and start watching from when Yakface pops on, it was a great little blurb that he talked about.
Yep. And in the beginning of that stream, they did I forget his. I feel bad for. Um, he does all the really cool poses, or he gets no. He gets figures early because he's in Hong
He's
Kong, I
in like
think,
Taiwan or Vietnam or something like that. Yeah.
something like that. But
Yeah.
he had Wave 34
Yeah, he
already,
did. Yeah, he had the
so
next wave
go check
already.
out that Out of the Basement stream
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
give him a
Yeah, it's
like.
worth watching the whole thing. I'm just saying
Yeah,
if you just want to watch the Yakface, but if you want to see the whole thing, it's worth
yeah,
watching the
for
whole
sure.
thing for sure. Um,
But we got big news. We got a figure
we
reveal,
do.
a pack
Yeah.
reveal. So Amazon exclusive. Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Grogu three. This is a 3-pack.
Well,
Grogu
since
3-pack.
Grogu is a mainline release now,
Grogu is
yes,
a
I guess.
mainline figure now, so they're calling it a 3-pack. What are your thoughts on on this set?
I think just like everyone, seeing a figure pack of 3 figures I basically already have, I wasn't thrilled, to say the
For
least. The
$67.
more for $68, I wasn't thrilled. The more I looked at it, though, I kind of warmed up to it a little bit. For instance, the Mandalorian is going to be based on his season 2 appearance, so very much similar to the Maldo Kreese version, but without the snow effects on him. So he'll have the right leg armor. For the people like, what does that mean? You know, what's season? It's the leg armor basically that's different.
It's a thigh pad, and then the knee pad is blue.
Yeah. So and also he comes with a spear, and he's got a little clip on the back for the spear, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The only thing I really wish that he would have is a soft goods cloak. It's ridiculous that he doesn't have one.
Yeah. I like the precedence of the sets that they are starting to do multi-packs, and I've been
especially seen specific multi-packs, or
yeah, exactly.
That's like your thing too.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been a big advocate of let's bring the 2-packs back, and like, you know, we had Luke with a Wampa, we had Han with a Tauntaun. Let's bring stuff like that back into the line because I feel like it's been so long. You know, we finally got this concept art Ralph McQuarrie 2-pack. Now we're getting Mandalorian, you know, and Ahsoka, you know, pack. So that's very cool. The Mandalorian not including like a soft goods cape, I feel like is really strange.
Oh, especially because Ahsoka comes with one. Ahsoka finally comes with her cloak, which is neat.
Yeah, which was kind of egregious that they didn't include it on the original Ahsoka.
Agreed.
Anyway,
agreed. Yeah.
So, but I'm not in on this because I'm gonna wait for the main line. They said they're doing a new mold season 2.
Yes, they did.
Mandalorian. So I'm gonna wait for that one. And I have the Rey's Journey Rey's Journey cloak on my current Ahsoka, and it actually looks pretty good still in the pose I have her.
Yeah.
And I got a custom. I think it was OT Customs. He did a fabulous custom cape for Mandalorian, and it has like rips all in the bottom of it, and it's like super, like the texture of it is like amazing. It's like a really good quality cloth. So on my main Mandalorian, I do have like a soft goods cloak on there. So I don't necessarily need this pack. I do wish the pack included a little bit more accessories, maybe like a lantern.
Yeah.
Like a lantern. Isn't there like a lantern in that episode? It would have made sense.
And I think the TVC version of this comes with a lantern.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah. And I think maybe like a rock, like the floating rock thing.
I really would have liked more world building accessories to go with it, especially for the price. I agree.
I think it's figures that we've gotten.
Well, I think the Grogu body. I don't know if it's the same as the one that is coming in the next wave or not. I know it's a sitting pose. It's not a standing pose, so he's sitting down. But I don't know if he's in the same position as the upcoming wave one is, or if it's a different variation of that.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. Not that a little piece of plastic like that is going to change anyone's mind. I think that this is great for people that maybe
for new collectors.
There's new collectors all the time. And there are people out there that never found an Ahsoka, or, you know, they just hadn't pulled the trigger on any of these yet. And they're like, you know what? This is the perfect time. Because I guess it's a little pricey. You know, even at $25 a figure, Ahsoka and Mando would only be $50, which means there's an extra, $17, $18 for Grogu, which, back in 2020, Grogu himself was $8, whatever, $10, depending on where you got him.
Yeah, that little individual pack they did.
Yeah, exactly. So It's a couple dollars. It's like $5 too expensive, based on what you're
Yeah,
getting.
I would agree with that.
Maybe $7 too expensive. It should be like $60. I think $60 would be a good price for it. And if it came with extra stuff like the little lantern or the rocks, things to sit them on, I think that would have helped with the price. I do think that the price is a bit much, and that does suck. And if you're not buying it because of that, I think that's 100% understandable. I think most people won't need this.
So I'm doing like kind of an up close inspection right now.
Mm-hmm.
The body, to me, just based off the pictures I can see, the body looks the same and the face looks the same
As the
but
upcoming,
as the upcoming mainline one.
mm-hmm.
But the hands, well, the arms actually look like they might have a fluffier wrist area. That's more accurate to the show.
Okay.
Or some better paint on there. It's hard. Some of these angles on these pictures.
It's hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see.
Actually, the arms are different. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I think I can confirm that. Yeah, arms are clearly different. And then there's also, so body looks the same. Arms are definitely 100% different. And the hands are on the one of the 3-pack. They're kind of cupped like this, so he could maybe hold something like this. And then on the mainline packaging,
they're more open.
They're more like flat, like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But this one, like the pack one, he's like making a C shape with his hand, and then the other one he's like, and then the mainline pack, his right one is a little bent, but his left one is like totally flat. So there's
it's a little different. It's a little different, yeah. But not enough for most people. Yeah.
If you don't need the pram, but you need a Grogu, I would cancel the mainline one and get the 3-pack, because it actually looks a lot more realistic than the main. Like the arms, it's just like, go look up close at the cloth, like the sleeve of the Baby Yoda. It's a lot. Yeah. Like the color actually matches his neck collar thing. Like it's like a lighter color, and it actually looks a lot better. I'm glad I did a little deep dive here.
There we go. Live deep dives. That's what we're doing. A live dive.
Live dive. And it's funny. This reminds me of like all the time in the chat, somebody's like, hey, do we know if this is a new, like, do we know if whose legs this uses or whose arms? And like, one of us has to like look, and you got to go study the tape, study the pictures, and find out, what's new and what's old. But
the Ahsoka looks largely the exact same, but with an extra cloak.
Mm-hmm.
The Mando's a little bit different, and he comes with the spear.
And the paint also looks like it's the better paint that's going to come on the Maldo Kreese.
Yeah, it does.
Mandalorian. So I'm excited for the mainline one, and he's still available for pre-order. So people that whenever they listen to this, if we talked them into it, they can get it.
And again, if it's not your thing, that's cool too. You don't have to get it.
And this is actually a good exclusive. This isn't something they're pumping out in the mainline into every store.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it's not something that's super sought after. It's the kind of thing where it's like, I'll get it, or no, I won't get it. But it's not like, it's not like they were like, okay, the Amazon exclusive Super Battle Droid or whatever.
Exactly, Droidica,
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And I think the best thing about the set is that it shows that Hasbro, like, the door is open for other 2-packs.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, so give me a new molded Episode 3 Anakin and Obi-Wan, and then give me an Episode 3 Anakin and Obi-Wan battle damaged 2-pack on Mustafar, where they're like got burn holes in them and stuff like that. And then give me a 2-pack of battle damaged Bespin Luke, and just re-releasing Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader for new collectors. Like, come on, Hasbro. I'm printing you money here. You gotta just listen to me.
Well, speaking of new figures,
yes,
especially with Pulsecon coming up, how many new Andor figures do you think we're going to see?
I hope we see quite a bit, because after watching these first 3 episodes, I need these figures, man. I remember a couple episodes ago we were talking, and I think I'm on the record saying, some of these figures might be kind of boring because the show seems like it's going to be very grounded, and then they're going to be human characters.
Yep.
But I already really like the characters so much, and I need them on my shelf on an Andor. I need to make an Andor shelf, and I need the figures on there.
You know, I've seen a lot of people complain. They're like, "Where's the aliens?" I don't know what show you watched. There were tons of aliens.
I saw plenty of it. Yeah,
there were tons of aliens.
Yeah, people were like, I didn't think I was in Star Wars until like the third episode. It's like, I feel like in episode 1, I saw Cassie and Andor. That's Star Wars to me.
He's Star Wars, you know? Yeah.
Like, oh, so by the way, full spoilers from here on out for episodes 1 through 3.
So if you haven't seen Andor. Go watch them and then come back and listen to us, because I'm not going to coddle you. You've had plenty of time. If you are that worried about spoilers, you should have seen it by now. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You know what figure we do need?
Mm-hmm.
What's his like female friend's name?
Bix?
I don't really. That's her name?
Bix? Yeah. Bix.
I'm gonna need an undies. Can we get an undies version?
Wow. Okay.
We need an undies Black Series Bix. Apparently that's her name. I'm on board. I'm buying it.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, my hair echo.
There we go. Oh no. On talk.
Hello. Testing.
There we go. Okay, it's coming through here. Just making sure. I realized I was wearing my headphones backwards. I was like, why do my headphones feel weird? The whole time I'm like, why do my headphones feel weird? But it's because I was wearing them backwards.
Wow.
Anyways.
Way to go.
Yes. Yeah, I'll get to cut that out. Yeah, Bix is great. Yeah, Bix looks great. I want like his. I don't remember. I had to watch it with subtitles so I could get a lot of these names and stuff. His friend, like that guy's a homie. First of all, he's like, hey man,
1,000%.
I need an alibi for last night. And he's like, fine, and he just like, well, he just went along with it. He's like, I hate hanging out at your place. Your mom keeps it too cold or whatever, you know, like I'm like, dude, that guy just straight up, I'll cover for you having murdered people.
Yeah. What did you think about people? I guess people were upset that there was like a brothel the very first scene.
Are you telling me there's not brothels in Star Wars?
That's what I'm saying.
Like for some reason,
had like sex slave dancers.
Are you telling me that Star Wars is immune to having a seedy underbelly? Like, or all the seedy underbellies are immune to having a sex trade or dancing like that? Like, no, that's a thing. It's a thing that happens. It's not saying it's good just because it exists. Is it saying like, oh, brothels are great, you know? But here's the thing. Also, if that's something you do, if you're listening to this and you're a stripper, you know, more power to you. Hey,
go make that bread. Go make
that bread. I'm not judging you whatsoever.
Hey, we gotta afford figures somehow.
Exactly. If I could strip for figures, I would strip for figures.
People are just throwing like stormtroopers up on the stage for you, army build.
Yeah, I'll strip for Black Series.
Amazing.
But yeah, I really enjoyed. Well, okay, full disclosure. I did not super enjoy the first episode. Like I was fine with it, but like it just ends. Like it's like story, things are happening. They don't super explain a lot, but you're kind of following along, going like, okay, where's this going? And then it ends. Like there's no resolution. There's not even like a cliffhanger. It literally, the episode just ends, end credits. And I'm just like, if they had just done like one episode and that was it, I'd be like, what the frick is this? What am I
honestly
watching?
Even 2 episodes.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And that's like my big critique with this, and kind of a critique with all Star Wars shows so far, is why are they afraid of having longer episodes? You know, like why are they doing?
I think it might be because attention spans of kids.
People watch hour-long Game of Thrones episodes or Stranger Things episodes.
Watching Game of Thrones.
Are you? But 10-year-olds aren't the main people watching it. People like us are. Like, I'm not saying 10-year-olds aren't watching it, but like that's especially not Andor. Like Mandalorian, sure. You know, they're doing a Clone Wars cartoon, sure. New Rebels, even Ahsoka, sure. But a spy espionage that is purposefully a slow burn. Like, I don't mind that it's a slower burn than, like, say, Mandalorian or whatever. Like, these first couple episodes were slow because they're building on, you know, the setting and the planets.
TV show, yeah.
Exactly. but like it really like the first episode isn't an episode. It's a part of an episode. You really need to watch the first 3 episodes to get a decent story. And where the third episode ends, I'm like, okay, I'm hooked. Like if the first episode had just been those 3 episodes squished together for like an hour, and I even looked it up because I'm like, how long would this have been without the end credits? Because the end credits are long. The first episode ends at like 32 or 34 minutes. The second episode is just slightly less than that. So just the first 2 episodes together are like at the hour mark, without the end credits. So they really should have just pushed them together as one episode, because then I feel like it feels more cohesive as a story that I'm being presented, because it's all presentation
instead of having to go through the intro again.
Exactly, and the credits, because it was so it wasn't disconcerting, but it was abrupt. I'm just like, I guess the first episode's done. Like I don't really feel like anything. It's not even that things didn't get resolved. It's just like, okay, what now?
Yeah, and I think it's like, I think the reason is because Disney Plus tries to make it so families can watch it together. They should have had the first couple episodes just be like, here's like a movie presentation. Yeah.
Pushed together a little longer, and then they can go down to like those 30-40 minute episodes, which I still think an hour is a sweet spot.
Yeah, and because I think most Disney Plus shows are kind of like this. Like I know people were like with Moon Knight, episodes weren't long enough. Like I remember people were complaining about the final 2 episodes not being long enough.
Or She-Hulk, like She-Hulk's not.
She-Hulk, Kenobi. I felt like some of the episodes there could have been longer.
100%.
Even I think it would have been a little better even as a movie, but I still freaking loved it.
I loved it. I think that's literally my one complaint about it.
You can just kind of tell it was originally a movie. Yeah,
100%. And I want more. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more. But all I'm saying is, if they had just released like the 1 episode and made me wait another week for the second episode, I would not have been as excited. So I'm glad they released 3 episodes, and what a 3 episodes. My favorite character was the clingy clock dude that just put on his headphones and rocked the absolute shit out of that anvil guy.
Yeah,
I like that guy's
deluxe Black Series with him and his. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I need one. I need a clock anvil guy. Give me removable headphones. Give me those 2 big hammers. Give him a big anvil. Just go to town, my dude. Live your best life. I loved it. I loved the scene.
In that. His
he before. Did. Oh no, he was all. Yeah. I loved the. I loved the whole ambiance of everything. I love I love the security guys. Like we have that one guy that's like, I'm gonna be uptight about this. Like I know my commander just said, forget about it. It was their own fault, but I'm gonna go research it. Like I'm like I dig this. This guy's kind of a dick. I kind of like it.
Honestly, like that guy. Imagine if if it was flipped and that guy is our hero and we're following his story. Cassian Andor just straight up murders this dude. All he's doing is trying to find out who murdered him.
They hassled him. They hassled him. Okay.
He doesn't know that though.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. You're right.
He doesn't know that. Right. He's just trying to figure out who murdered some of his coworkers.
His coworkers. Yeah. No, I can't. From that perspective, I can't fault him.
He's technically doing the right thing. If this were real life, and he were like a cop, people would be like, "Wow, this dude's such a hero," But since he's our antagonist in Andor, we're like, Andor, you shoot these dudes in the head and you get away with it.
It's because it's Star Wars, and to us, we're used to the radicalized, insurgents are the good guys, because that's Star Wars. Luke Skywalker is the definition of a radicalized freedom fighter. Yeah,
and I'm calling it now. That guy's gonna turn.
You think so? I've seen a lot of people say that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because. I think the episodes portrayed he has so much honor. So whenever the Empire actually comes to town and he sees like what the Empire is doing,
how terrible they are. Yeah,
because they're kind of contracted with the Empire to help hold like like systems of the Empire is not really fully because they don't have control of the Senate right now.
Right.
So
Yeah,
they
we
don't have
haven't
full
seen
control of
like
every
we haven't
system.
seen even one stormtrooper yet in the
Yeah,
first two
exactly.
episodes.
So
Yeah.
I think once he realizes how bad the Empire is, I think he's gonna start because he seemed to have like some morals and some like honor.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know.
So
I feel like that's kind of a played out trope we've seen before. Like that's
with
Callus's story,
Agent Callus,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
But
I think it's gonna happen though.
I'm not gonna complain if it happens. I'm not gonna be like, well, now you ruined it or whatever. I like his character. I think he's the right amount of like beady-eyed, sniveling, just jerk. Where
Yeah.
he knows he's trying to be in charge. He's never really seen any combat before. Like I
The
just I'm like
scene where he's trying to motivate his team is hilarious.
yes.
He's like
It's awful.
Yeah,
no,
so
it's
good.
terrible. No. Yeah,
They
I
did
think
such a
that
good
was
job of
great.
making him seem like you're not a leader, dude. That's why I think he's
No.
gonna end up turning. Like he's gonna find his calling. Cassian didn't kill him, so he's gonna remember that and be like, y'all
True.
are fighting
That's
for
true.
something here.
Cassie, I love Stellan Skarsgård's character
Oh my gosh,
so
yeah,
far
he's
as
amazing.
well. Yeah, he's like rule one, always leave yourself an exit or whatever.
He
Like
just blows up the
he
doors.
blows up the door.
Instant.
Yeah, I love that. He was there for Cassian. He didn't really care about whatever Cassian had. Like he was there for Cassian, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
What do you think about? I don't know his name. His name was like Tim. Was his name Tim? I don't know his name. The guy that
Oh, the boyfriend.
the boyfriend.
Yeah,
He ended up dying because he was being
Well,
nosy. He thought his girl was cheating on him. I feel
yeah.
bad
Well,
for the dude.
I feel bad for him, but also like that. What I love about that town is the whole town is like no snitching, like no snitches.
I know, yeah, they're like,
the whole town is like
got your
don't
back,
snitch.
yeah.
Yeah, we got your back. No snitching. And then the one guy snitches and he dies, and it's like it sucks. Like she's still sad, even though she knows what he did. Like she's still sad that he died.
Of course. It's just crazy that he died because he thought his girl was cheating on him. So
Yeah.
It's so weird to talk about that in Star Wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they wake up in the morning like, have you prepared calf yet?
Yeah,
like
right.
Talking like real world,
Just like
their version
normal
of
stuff.
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was, and because I paused it and like my wife walked in the room, and I was like, this is weird. Like it's really good. It's just
It's
weird
super
to see it
grounded.
in Star Wars because it's like a conversation me and you would have that she's having
Exactly.
with her boyfriend, and like Cassian walks up and they're just having like a normal conversation,
A normal
that you don't
ass
see
conversation. Exactly.
because normally in Star Wars, Han Solo's like, says something like snarky, and then like Leia comes out with something snarky, and then Luke is like, "Can we just do a blah?" And like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of it's corny and cheesy. That's just how Star Wars
The
is.
dialogue is very well rounded. It's very grounded dialogue. It's very normal dialogue.
What do you think of the shit word? Why are people so mad? I don't understand.
I don't know. I couldn't see anything to really be mad about with this. Like this is the least offensive thing I've ever seen. I like it. I don't know.
Like, I didn't even realize that character said shit until
Me neither.
I saw the subtitle of a screenshot like afterwards,
Yeah.
and people were like, "Really, this in Star Wars?" Like, number one, okay.
They
Let's
say
see.
damn. They say
They say
hell.
damn. They say damn it. They say hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this stuff is in Star
The
Wars.
original
like-
trilogy. The original trilogy.
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird when Han Solo was like, "I'll see you in hell." Like, how many hells does Star Wars have?
Exactly.
Like, I didn't know that God was a thing. Satan was a thing in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of go with it. You just who cares?
And Uncle Owen, I'm pretty sure he says hell, right? Isn't he the other one that says hell?
yeah, there'll be hell to pay. Yeah, he says that.
there'll be hell to
Yeah.
pay. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
there's curse words in
there's
Star
swearing.
Wars, like
Yeah, they're
there's-
not dropping F words or F bombs or anything, but like they say shit on primetime TV now. It's just loosen the F up.
Yeah.
You
I'm
prude.
kind of liking Bob Chapek's new Disney, model
Right?
here. Bob Iger wouldn't let a Star Wars show be this dark, I don't think. But Bob Chapek seems to be letting Disney Plus shows get a little more darker.
Yeah,
which is
darker.
awesome, bringing that
Yeah.
adult audience.
Well, again, that's who's watching that stuff now. Like
Yeah.
Kids aren't excited and watching about Andor, but it's the same thing. Kids aren't excited in buying Black Series figures either. We talked about this with the West. It's not
Yeah.
kids who are going down the aisles clamoring for Black Series figures in Marvel Legends. They might get them from a birthday present or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
it's not the same as when we were kids, when we were the ones doing it. We're the same age doing it, just with bigger toys.
Yeah. And yeah, and like to jump on that, like what was I about to say? I lost what I was about to say, but oh yeah, so I think this show at first it's kind of hard for an adult to follow. There's so many
bit.
like the way they're talking, you got to keep
Yeah.
up with like, oh, why is he
I
doing
I
this?
had to
Like,
I
why is
had to
he
put
going to this
subtitles
girl
on
for- yeah, like,
to keep a lot of dialogue
like
straight.
why
But
is
I
he
like
going to
that.
this girl for help?
I
Like, what's he
yeah.
need?
Yeah, my wife's
I
like,
don't think-
I'm so lost right now. I'm like, just watch. Like they're
Yeah.
not holding your hand. They're not explaining
Exactly,
things.
yeah.
You're just gonna experience it, and
Yeah,
like,
this show
like
isn't
figure it
made
out
for
as
like
you
an
go.
8-year-old to keep up with.
No. Well, and she's like, well, what does that little box do? Like, why does he care so much? I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's a MacGuffin. Like, like what it does, what it is, literally doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Especially because they left it behind. Like it's there as a plot device to kind of have those
have him
characters
meet up with Stone
exactly,
Star's character, yeah.
exactly. So they could have been anything. It doesn't matter. The whole point was getting those two characters together and having him be in that situation. I loved his mom. Was it Marlana?
Marva.
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 Yeah, that was it. She's played by Aunt Petunia in the Harry Potter series. Just in case you're curious.
Oh yeah, I knew she looked familiar.
Yeah. No, we were watching it, and Lily's like, I think that's Aunt Petunia. I was like, it is. I had to look it up on IMDb. Like, and then when they were roughing her up, I was like, you leave Aunt Petunia alone. But I like the character.
She's still alive, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, they didn't kill her.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
didn't kill her.
Okay.
I love her. I love B2 Emo. Like,
oh my god, I might need to get that pack now. I don't want to
that I was gonna bring that up. Like, we were all kind of on the fence because it's a $60, it's very expensive T-pack, but I don't want to have a Toto 360 situation with Cad Bane. Like if they're not gonna do B2 Emo, or if they're gonna make him his own separate kind of thing, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get that stupid figure because I love him so much.
Yeah, 100%.
What I love about him is he's not like a cutesy little. He's not like a BB-8 or like like he's just like he's like a box. He just walks around and stutters a bunch, which I don't know.
On.
He did. He got pissed on by the little.
What's funny about him? Like whenever B2 started talking, I was like, "This is like so dumb," but it took me like 5 seconds to realize. So I like instantly caught myself. I was like, in my head, I was like, "Wow, a droid talking English, and that's interesting."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Wait, C-3PO is a damn droid." I just completely forgot about C-3PO and like all these translators.
Most droids that are like that, like astromech droid shape and size, don't speak English.
Yeah, it was just kind of odd.
Yeah.
It was just kind of.
I did not expect
them
to
to
speak English. Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, C-3PO, he's not a human character. He's a droid.
I didn't expect him to speak English. I was surprised when he spoke English.
And his stutter was cool. I liked his stutter.
Yeah, for sure.
I do have a theory. Have a theory now.
Go ahead.
So, you know how the Andor figure in that pack is like super sweaty and like super, it looks like it was dropped in a bucket of oil?
Yeah.
Did Hasbro maybe see that he's wearing that when it's raining? So they were like, oh, let's make it look. That's a theory. Could be. I think I'm still going to hit it with a matte spray when I get it.
Didn't Luke say it wasn't as oily in person as it looked in the...
He might have.
I think he did. Yeah.
In his did he do a review?
Yeah, he did a review on it.
Okay, I'm gonna check that one out.
The first thing I noticed was like right in the beginning they used the BBY dating system, and outside of the books, like the EU books, I don't think I've ever seen any official Star Wars anything use that dating system in an official way.
Yeah, that is the first one. You texted that, and then I looked into it, and that's the first one.
Yeah, so I was really surprised. Like now BBY before the Battle of Yavin is canon, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm super into Andor.
Oh, me too.
Really excited to see where this goes. Some pretty good. I'm excited for the Empire to show up. I want to see some a lot new equipment. Also
Yeah.
they one last thing. They said there was like a mining disaster on was it Cassian's original planet?
Yeah, on Cassian's planet. Yep.
That could be fake because it took me back to when in Rogue One when Darth
Yep.
Vader say it was a mining, we're gonna say it was destroyed
I
in a
agree.
mining accident.
I
And I
agree.
was
Yeah,
sitting
that
there,
was the
I was like,
first.
wait a second.
That was the
Darth
first
Vader
thing I thought
said
about. Yeah.
Darth Vader said Jeddah was destroyed in a mining accident, but
Yep.
we clearly saw a Death Star blow it up. So I wonder if it's
Yeah.
going to be something Empire or that. Well, that happened, I guess, when this Republic was still around, and we're going to see clone
Yes.
troopers eventually. So I wonder if shit went down like that. Who knows? But that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm very much into letting the story unfold. Like I'm enjoying it. I like that it's what I love about it is, the only connection we have is to Rogue One with this. But so
Yeah,
far it's just Andor. So it's not like with Obi-Wan, and Darth Vader,
it had all that
to a lesser
baggage.
extent,
Of
yeah.
the prequels
Even
with
to a
it,
lesser
yeah.
extent, you had like the Inquisitors, like we know these guys,
Rebels and Luke
Whereas
and Leia.
yeah, whereas this, it's like everything's brand new.
Everything's
We
100% new.
don't know we know that Cassian's not going to die, but like that's
Yet.
it. Well, yeah. I did make that post on Twitter on the day it aired. I was like, I can't believe I got Cassian spoiled for me. I can't believe
You're an
Cassian
asshole for spoiling
dies.
that.
I know. I thought it was funny. I
What
got
a douche.
yeah, but I'm so loving it. So far, there hasn't been a lot other than the main characters. Like, we haven't seen any of the. Like, there hasn't been any short troopers. There hasn't been any Imperial officers, so far. So,
Yeah.
all the figures we've seen, other than Cassian himself and the B2, we haven't seen any figures they've announced yet. So, I'm very curious about, like, with Pulsecon coming up.
And we
Are we
still
gonna-
need to. That we still need to see Cassian in the Imperial officer disguise.
Right, exactly. So, we haven't seen any of that stuff in the show in the first 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we going to get I don't know the character's name. Stellan Skarsgård's character's
Something
name.
like that. Yeah.
Are we gonna get a Bix? Are we gonna get his friend guy? That as soon as he was walking away from that ship, I'm like, he did something to that ship. He did something to that ship, and I can't wait to see what he did to that ship. I love that the whole city like started banging on stuff and banding together.
Yeah, exactly.
During all that, like it was so good. In fact, I don't know. Like, I'm probably as soon as we're done, I'm probably gonna go watch those 3 episodes again, just to kind of get more. Now that I know what's going on in like character relationships,
it'll be
like,
better on a rewatch because you kind
Exactly.
of know what's gonna happen, so you can kind of just enjoy it and like see all the intricacies in the first episode that you missed, the first time.
Well, the same thing happened with like when Game of Thrones first started airing.
With any show, like Game of Thrones,
yeah,
like
I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know what significance their dialogue has. But then after you watch the whole first season, you go back and kind of rewatch it. You're like, oh my god, I missed
everything in the beginning.
all of this. Yeah,
it all just connects. Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm really pumped to see where this goes.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good choice that they did the first, because I was confused as why they would do 3, but since there wasn't a ton in each episode. Now, hopefully, with 4, we start diving into some real deep stuff. So, I'm really excited moving forward.
Yep. So, super, super enjoying it. Can't wait to see more. There's tons of figures that we're going to want. So far, the only one, I'm going to buy any of them that come out, but like the Bix for sure. Stellan Skarsgård character for sure. Even Marva, like I'd buy a Marva, like,
The security guy.
The security guy. Yeah, the chubby boot-looking security guy or whatever,
The main one, the antagonist so far.
Oh, for sure, him, 100%.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
I saw someone say he's like a Star Wars space Ben Shapiro, and I was like, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Lily also thinks he looks like was it Zach Woods, the guy that plays he's in a lot of stuff. He was in like The Office. He's like the skinny tall guy, Gabe, or
yeah, he does look like him. Yep.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Zach Woods there.
Well, I'm just glad I'm finally getting some skinny, tall representation in Star Wars.
Right there, you go.
Hey, shout out to all like-bodied fellas out there. Oh well, you have anything else you want to throw in real quick?
I don't think so.
Well, I feel like we went through that pretty good. Like
We did.
everything we needed to chat about.
Yeah, and we haven't gone overly long, which is super nice.
Yeah, that's nice. I actually my wife is at a Slipknot concert here in
Slipknot.
Louisville. Yeah, Louder Than Life is like a big little thing in Louisville. It's like a big music event,
Uh-huh.
and she bought tickets for Slipknot. She went with us. I got to go pick her up now. So
Oh, you didn't go?
that's gonna.
You're like, I don't care about Slipknot.
Well, I'm not. I like some of their songs, but I'm not like the biggest fan. I'm not like I wouldn't pay to go see him.
I
And
see.
I got Black Series to talk about.
There you
I
go.
got
All right.
I got to chat with my bud and provide content for my audience.
We are
So,
content creators, that's for
we
sure.
are content creators. And I
Yep.
really wanted to talk about Andor. I didn't want to like wait another day. She also kind of bought
No.
the tickets like 5 hours ago for her, and so
Okay, so it's kind of last minute.
yeah. I didn't. I'm so down to just chill. It's been busy at work until this deadline
For
we got
sure.
middle of next
Yeah.
month. So it's nice just to chill. But
Yeah.
how about you tell some of the first time listeners where they can follow you and what you got going on?
Well, I've got a YouTube channel, Mike Case, and I've been posting more things to it now. So
He's back.
I'm back, baby. I've got a couple of videos you can watch. Like I said, I got the 2-pack with Vader, the concept Vader and Obi-Wan. I've got my favorite figures that fall, I guess least favorite figures that fall over kind of video. I did the Cantina band member modal nodes review. So I got stuff coming out. I got some things planned. I'm also on the Instagram at Trusty Sidekick. I'm on the Twitter at Mike Case. And I even have a TikTok that I don't really post much to at Mike Case 82.
Awesome. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at the Star Wars Black Series. So appreciate it if you're checking out there. DM me. I always talk to people about Black Series on there. It's hard to get to. It's hard to get to everybody, but I try to do my best. Like and I've been really busy at work lately, so it's been harder for me to, I haven't even been posting a lot on TikTok or anything lately because of how just busy work's been. And but yeah, just Instagram me, message me. We'll chat a little bit, especially if you got something interesting to say. And then
I always feel bad because sometimes I'll see a message request that's been in there for a week, and I'm like, oh, oops.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
At that point, you just kind of got to delete that and say you didn't see it.
Oh no, I always say oh man, I didn't see this,
Yeah.
and then we go. But
yeah. Also, support us on Patreon. We really appreciate it. We don't do any ads here. We don't want to do any ads here.
Yep.
We have great
and we've
Patreon
been
community.
approached. We've been approached for doing ads.
We have been reached out to. Follow us on Twitter at TBS Cantina. And also, we have merch. If you want to buy a mug or a shirt, to support the show.
We got some sweet shirts.
We really appreciate it. If you're watching it, here's a cool mug you can get. Also, we have a Facebook group now, which I really actually like this Facebook group. This Facebook group, it grows every day and every week. And it's a very positive community. There's nobody in there complaining about stuff. There's people being critical of things, but for most part, people are showing off their collections. They're asking unique questions, conversation starters. So,
or saying they've had dreams where we have a sleepover.
Where y'all play with toys or something. Shout out, Matt. Black Series Cantina, join the Facebook group. And then also, if you want to email us, blackseriescantina@gmail.com. I'm going to say, I think I forgot to check it before the show, so I'm just going to refresh it real quick.
I don't think we got anything.
Just in case. All right, cool. Email us if you want to. That's all I got.
Cool.
Ready for Andor and Pulsecon.
Yeah. We haven't talked about this, but we might have a little bit earlier of a next episode just because we got Pulsecon and stuff. I don't know if we want to wait a week for Pulsecon. So we'll see.
We'll be in touch.
Just keep your peepers out. Bye.